Welcome back to Straight Facts by Dinar Investor.
Hey guys, happy Saturday morning. Thank you for joining us last night on that amazing conference call with Pimpy. Here's two of those articles from last night that I was trying to stress to you. The first one, these were, again, what these articles are is they're from February 27th. They're both articles are from the same date. These are the articles that one tells you the government was complete, and then the second one shows you that huge celebration where they all joined together. And it wasn't just the completed government, guys. It was the federal court. I'll show you in a moment how many different parties were there, but it was massive. My point is this. This is the level of meeting you guys would have when you have completed the government to celebrate that, because that's a huge accomplishment of unity or being unified, having a new unified government within the country of Iraq. This is the level of meeting you would have shortly before you're preparing to change that rate. That's what I'm trying to tell you, okay? So let's get into this. So in my opinion, guys, this was them kind of having like a 30-day stage preparation before changing that rate, which I told you. And again, guys, this is all my opinion. This should not be used for financial advice. But like I told you, that article from March 20th strongly suggested to me that they had full intentions of changing the rate possibly over that weekend of March 21st, 22nd of this year of 19. But I think it was Donald Trump that stepped in and pulled the plug on that for his own political gains and purposes, okay? So let's get into these articles. So here's the first one. It says Iraqi presidencies meet on the completion of the government. So they're telling you right there with the title that the Iraqi presidents met on the completion of the government and the U.S. president. So it's telling you right there the government's done. Let's get into the article. Okay? I'm only going to just read like that bold part in the center there to you. It says an expanded meeting will be held today, including all political leaders in Iraq, in addition to the three presidencies, for the purpose of discussing the file, completion of the government. So they're telling you guys right there that government was done and formed. And again, this is from February 27th. Let's get into the second article. This second article, guys, is the giant meeting that they had. It's called Details of the Peace Palace. I want to show you, I'm going to go to the bottom of the article. I'm going to show you how many different parties were present, and then we'll get into the kind of what they did within this article. Give me a second here to find. Okay, it says the spokesman added that the meeting was attended by presidents of the republic, deputies and ministers. The Supreme Court was there. The federal court was there, and leaders of blocs and political parties, national figures, guys. They're telling you that outside national world officials were there. Okay, people from other countries were there, of various components of Iraq. So the guys, this was huge. Iraq would not just have this level of a meeting just because they completed the government, guys. This is the level of meeting. When you invite outside other world officials in, your Supreme Court's there, your federal court's there, everybody that has everything to do with the full completed government, all the political blocs, everybody and their brother was there, guys. Let me show you some of the pictures in this. Okay, now I want to show you some stuff in the middle of this, guys, because this is huge. I didn't touch on this last night, so I want you to see this. As you see in black bold right there, this was the National Consultative meeting. Again, this took place also on February 27th. So at the National Consultative meeting, the spokesman said that the meeting discussed the political and security developments, the latest developments in the war against terrorism. This is where it gets good, guys. The situation of the military presence right here. The implementation of the government program was also discussed at this giant meeting on February 27th. Remember what I've told all of you guys throughout this entire year that have been with me? The implementation of the government program is the rate change. That's what I've told you guys this entire year, guys. That's how powerful this meeting was on February 27th. They're telling you right here, guys, this was like a 30-day stage setting celebration ceremony, in my opinion, 30 days before they had full intentions of changing the rate. That's why they put that article out on March 20th, telling you that they had full intentions of increasing the exchange rate during the current legislative term. Again, that was on March 20th. And what they're telling you guys is that they wanted to change the rate most likely over the weekend of March 21st, 22nd. The weekend of March 21st, 22nd of this year in 19, guys, was the exact same weekend historically from when Kuwait changed their rate on March 24th of 1991, done by Bush Sr. This one was done by Bush Jr., father and son. Do you guys see all these links? This is not coincidence. Guys, this article that came out on March 20th telling you that they wanted to increase the exchange rate during the current legislative term, guys, that is the first article that Iraq has ever put out historically, giving you a narrower time frame than just a year. All the other articles that talked about deleting the zeros only referenced a year. This was the first one that ever referenced a shorter period of time. But notice how they put it out on the exact same weekend historically when Kuwait changed their rate or reinstated. That's what I'm trying to show you guys. Guys, this information is powerful that I'm sharing with you. And I fully believe, again, it was Donald Trump that pulled the plug on the timing of the rate change so he could delay it by about 1 year for his own political gains and benefits due to his campaign theme of a strong economy, which you're seeing that strong economy play out right now. The Dow's above 28. The Dow's could be heading towards 29,000 points by around March. You also have oil. Brent oil is shooting up right now. Brent oil right now is about $65 a barrel. It's on its way to 70. So everything's shooting up. It'll probably reach some higher highs around, mid-March-ish, right in there. So, but guys, I fully believe history is repeating itself right now. And what I mean by history repeating itself is what you just saw happen around March 20th, kind of going around that weekend of March 21st, 22nd, guys. I fully believe that a similar scenario to that's going to play out next year around between March 20th and March 22nd, if you catch my drift on that. Again, all of this is my opinion and should not be used for financial advice. Guys, here's the news articles for you in their entirety. Have a great day.
Iraqi presidencies meet on the completion of the government and the U.S. President's February 27, 2019. Twilight News. 2 hours ago, Twilight News revealed a political source familiar with, on Wednesday, the convening of an expanded meeting brings together all political leaders in Iraq, in addition to the 3 presidencies. The source said, for the Twilight News, that an expanded meeting will be held today, including all political leaders in Iraq, in addition to the 3 presidencies, for the purpose of discussing the final completion of the government of Prime Minister Adel Abdul Mahdi and the issue of foreign presence in Iraq. The source, who asked not to be named, said that it is hoped that the meeting will attend the leaders of the first line, so that the dialogues and discussions with results, without revealing more details. Details of the Peace Palace meeting. February 27, 2019. 27:02 inches minus 2019 8:42 p.m. held at the Peace Palace in Baghdad and at the invitation of President Barham Salih, on Wednesday, the National Consultative meeting. The spokesman said that the meeting discussed the political and security developments, the latest developments in the war against terrorism, the situation of the military presence in the country, the implementation of the government program and work to overcome differences. The meeting discussed the need to adopt visions and ideas that help the decision-makers in the administration of the country and achieve its rise and prosperity and solve the problems that stand in the democratic process in Iraq, he said. The meeting also touched on the basic legislations that concern the citizen and the relationship between the legislative and executive authorities. Fadli said that both the presidents of the Republic and the ministers and Parliament provided a detailed explanation on the Arab and regional tours and security preparations and the most important files that will be addressed by Parliament in its next legislative term. Most of the invitees discussed the agenda and its impact on opinions and proposals. stressing that meetings should be held periodically in order to approach points of view that would bridge the gap between the political parties and contribute to laying the principles of democracy and justice in a federal Iraq. He said the meeting stressed that the priorities of the Iraqi leaders to preserve the sovereignty of the country and pursue a policy of self-exclusion and move away from the policy of axes and distance the country from regional and international conflicts and be a platform for meeting the interests of the Iraqi people and work to adopt the slogan of Iraq First. The spokesman added that the meeting was attended by the presidents of the republic, deputies and ministers, the Supreme Court and the Federal Court, and leaders of blocs and political parties and national figures and representatives of various components of Iraq.